Good Monday evening, January 13th, and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Here are a few of the stories we have coming up for you tonight. The city of Wenatchee has established an upper limit on what it will pay for the first phase of Confluence Parkway, and it came in below budget. The first woman to become Eastern Washington's lead federal prosecutor will end her service with the change in presidential administration. Expect morning fog and cool temperatures through midweek with a warm-up Thursday and Friday. Your full local weather forecast is coming up. Douglas County cattle rancher Molly Linville will not serve a second term on the Washington Fish and Wildlife Commission. Outgoing Governor Jay Inslee opted last week not to reappoint Linville to the body, which set state policy on wildlife management. He instead appointed Lynn Teresa O'Connor from Ferry County. Linville owns and manages the 6,000-acre KV Ranch in Palisades and has been a Fish and Wildlife Commissioner since 2019. She was one of two Wenatchee Valley residents serving on that board. Wenatchee wildlife biologist John Lemkool joined the commission 2 years ago. His term continues until 2026. You can find an interview with Linville and a tour of her cattle operation in our special program, Molly's Ranch, available at ncwlife.com. The city of Wenatchee has established an upper limit on what it will pay for the first phase of Confluence Parkway, and it came in below budget. A contract approved Thursday by the Wenatchee City Council sets a guaranteed maximum amount payable of just over $88 million for Phase 1, which encompasses the design and construction of the south portion of the ambitious Wenatchee Avenue bypass. The city has already secured more than $177 million for the project. The price for Confluence Parkway North, the second phase, which includes a planned second bridge across the Wenatchee River, has yet to be set. The Phase 1 news brought a round of applause in council chambers for city engineer Jake Louie.
We would anticipate starting construction this spring and then completing it in the summer of 2027. And just take a chance to kind of recognize there's been a lot of effort to get to this point. This has been a result of a lot of successful teaming between not only the city and our owner advisor consultant, but a great partner that we've been able to bring on with this design builder, and I can bring this number to you confidently, saying that we're getting a really good value, a good partner, especially looking back at some of the things with the complexities of kind of bringing the railroad, the PUD, the other stakeholders, and a lot of complex issues, bringing those all here along with us in a really short amount of time.
The Chelan Douglas Regional Port Authority will officially begin accepting applications this Friday for a spot inside the Trades District. The Trades District has been under construction since June and is housed on the former Gigawatt site at the Pangbourne Airport Business Park. The Trades District offers 12 incubator spaces for entrepreneurs and small business owners and aims to assist in the growth of underserved Latino-owned and young startup businesses. Targeted tenants include workshop spaces, specialty trade spaces, production shops like bakeries and wineries, and limited retail like coffee shops and food trucks. Applications will open on Friday, January 17th on the Chelan Douglas Regional Port Authority website, and interested applicants are encouraged to apply early. Biking on the Apple Capitol Loop Trail just got a little easier. According to media partner The Wenatchee World, a new bike lane between 9th Street and the Wenatchee Riverfront Railway is one of the new safety features along the trail. The PUD has been making improvements in phases along the Loop Trail since June, and those improvements will likely end by Memorial Day. In the spring, the PUD plans to replace the temporary bike lanes on the trail with reflective thermoplastic lane markings for durability and safety. There is also plans for more signage and lighting along the trail. When we come back, most Chelan County officers had their swearing in during the last week of 2024, but the 3 Superior Court judges waited until January. And Chelan County Public Works crews spent part of Sunday tidying up a small landslide on Upper Joe Creek Road. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Do you hate getting called by Medicare telemarketers? Well, this October, your phone is going to be ringing off the hook because we will be experiencing a huge Medicare change. Now, for the last 20 years, Springwater Insurance has been helping those of you on Medicare. So just say no to those telemarketers by not answering their ads. Instead, call a local agent like Springwater Insurance, who's been helping for 20 years. So give us a call at Springwater. We can meet at one of our 5 offices or give us a call.
There's no place like home, because home is where we're totally comfortable. It's where we can be ourselves and let our guards down. It's where we make memories, and we're always imagining new ways to keep it totally comfortable. Carrier, total comfort, totally happy.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Alpine Air. Heat and air, call Alpine Air.
Between juggling groceries, preparing meals, and lending a helping hand, you're a hero without a cape. But who's there to support you? Aging and Adult Care honors caregivers like you, the relatives, friends, and neighbors, helping loved ones remain safely at home. Aging and Adult Care offers chore services, respite, personal care, and more. Serving Chelan, Douglas, Grant, Lincoln, Adams, and Okanagan counties, call Aging and Adult Care at 1-800-572-4459 for caregiver support.
Who's trying to stretch their budget this January? That's pretty much all of us. That's why Abby's is offering this giant pizza that can feed up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6 hungry people for less than $27. Now, that's an Abby's budget stretching deal. Worried about a no-fun January? Not at Abby's. Dine on our Bacon Cheddar Special. It's delicious and loaded with toppings and real cheese. Plus, it's on sale, and the kids can play some video games. Enjoy fun January at your local Abby's.
The first woman to become Eastern Washington's lead federal prosecutor will end her service with the change in presidential administration. U.S. Attorney Vanessa Waldref has led the office for the Eastern District of Washington since 2021, based out of Spokane. She was appointed by President Joe Biden and confirmed unanimously by the U.S. Senate. Waldref says she's proud of opening a satellite office in Richland, hiring a record number of deputy prosecutors and staff, and spearheading collaborations with law enforcement. She announced today she'll resign as U.S. Attorney later this month, giving incoming President Donald Trump a chance to appoint her successor. Most Chelan County officers had their swearing in during the last week of 2024, but the 3 Superior Court judges waited until January. Judges Kristen Ferreira, Travis Brandt, and Robert Jordan took turns administering the oath of office to each other on January 3rd. All 3 judges were re-elected to 4-year terms in November without opposition. Superior Court judges in Chelan County review about 3,000 cases a year, including felony crime, divorce, civil lawsuits, and property right disputes. Chelan County Public Works crews spent part of Sunday tidying up a small landslide on Upper Joe Creek Road. The rockfall was reported about 8 a.m. and blocked a portion of the rural road above Manson. Landslides are common as freezing and thawing goes to work on hills and rock faces. According to the county, the crews dispatched to the slide had it cleared away and got traffic flowing again in just a few hours. Coming up next in tonight's feature story, we will visit with Chelan County Coroner Wayne Harris about the record number of overdose deaths in the county last year caused by fentanyl. Our temperatures will go up by the end of the week with the coldest weather of the season expected this weekend. I'll have your full local weather forecast coming up. That and much more still to come tonight. Please stay with us.
Central Washington Water is your solution for problem water. Whether you're on a well or municipal water, they can design a clean water system custom to you. Soft water eliminates water spots and scaling on fixtures. It protects appliances from hard water damage, saving you money. Soft water reduces soap usage that causes skin irritation and is a healthier choice to drink. Call for a free in-home consultation or stop by the store to have your water tested. Central Washington Water, your best water solution for home, pool, and spa.
You're invited to celebrate Winterfest at Lake Chelan. Enjoy sparkling lights, local wine tasting, and fun for all ages. It's a great time to start a new holiday tradition at Washington's Winter Wonderland. More information at lakechelan.com.
When you've been in business for 40 years, it's because you understand change and you put members first, always. Now Works is announcing a change in their membership model. Up to 6 people on one membership that you can mix and match. The more people, the bigger the discounts. Introducing the Works shared membership model. One membership, friends and family and flexibility. Works, the cleanest, friendliest, most helpful gyms you and your friends will ever join.
You're invited to celebrate Winterfest at Lake Chelan. Enjoy sparkling lights, local wine tasting, and fun for all ages. It's a great time to start a new holiday tradition at Washington's Winter Wonderland. More information at lakechelan.com.
Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa, located on South Wenatchee Ave, has the largest selection of spas and swim spas in town. Stay cool this summer in an artesian swim spa and use it all year long. We enjoy helping families reconnect one spa at a time. Hot tubs are proven to improve sleep and decrease arthritis pain. Our passion is water, so please bring us a water sample, and we will help you diagnose your pool or spa water for free. Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa, your pool and spa experts.
Chelan County Coroner Wayne Harris has dealt with many deaths in his nearly 20-year career, but 2024 was the year fentanyl made its biggest mark. In a community forum last week with our media partner, the Wenatchee World, Harris said Chelan County says 37 of the 552 deaths investigated by his office last year were related to the powerful narcotic. It's the most of any year since Harris began tracking overdose figures 6 years ago. In tonight's feature story, Harris, who will retire from the coroner's office at the end of this year, told NCWLIFE News the trend has been driven by addiction and the scarcity of other drugs.
When the DEA cracked down and when the feds cracked down on the during the opioid crisis, doctors stopped prescribing those as much. So prior to 2019, most of our overdose deaths were oxycodone related. They would crush them up and smoke them off of aluminum foil, just like they're doing the fentanyl now. Well, those pills were hard to come by, so then we saw a rise in heroin for several years because it was accessible and inexpensive. Well, then this fentanyl comes on the market, this powdered fentanyl that's made in a laboratory. It's a synthetic opioid, so it's inexpensive to make as compared to the opioids that come from the poppy plant, and it's made in laboratories. There's no oversight. There could be other chemicals mixed in with it. Speaking to many of the families of the deceased, they knew their loved one had a drug problem, but they said they only did methamphetamine. They didn't know, or cocaine. They didn't know them to do this new fentanyl. So it being inexpensive, I believe they're putting it in methamphetamine and other drugs to A, act as a filler, an inexpensive filler, or B, to get people addicted. Unfortunately, every one of them has had lifelong addiction. There were none where the family said they didn't do drugs, and then perhaps one day or a week or a month ago they decided to try drugs. These were all individuals who have had lifelong drug addiction. These are individuals that have been incarcerated frequently. Of the 37 overdoses in Chelan County in 2024, 14 were homeless, 9 were truly homeless, living on the streets, and 5 were in transitional housing. One common theme that I see in all of these overdoses is they started young doing some type of drug, whether it was marijuana or whether it was cocaine or meth or something else. And when their body became used to tolerant to the drug that they were taking, they might have either had friends that say, oh, you should try this, or they decided to try something else to get a different high or a different feeling. And that's what takes them usually to the next level. And I know most of these people are not bad people. They just have an addiction, and it's hard to beat. And if a lot of them, if people get into treatment and they get out of treatment, unfortunately they go back to their old friends who they start using again, And that is the problem, because if they're in recovery and they come out clean, they go back to the old level of amount of the drug they were taking, forgetting that their tolerance was higher then. And so that's causing a lot of deaths.
Time now for a check of your North Central Washington weather forecast. Hope you had a fantastic weekend. I'll tell you what, wasn't Saturday something? 46 degrees for our high temperature with that sun Saturday, 40 yesterday. And then today we did start off with some sunny skies, but clouds moved in. This is a gorgeous shot outside our weather window from this afternoon, our tower cam up at Lake Wenatchee. And you can see a little bit of that blue sky did hang around into mid-afternoon, but the clouds have rolled in, and that's what we expect over the next couple of days. We'll talk more about that in a second. But our 6 to 10 day weather outlook as far as temperature goes, look at this. The entire United States below or at normal through, as we get, I should say, into January 22nd, and a big chunk of the center part of the country below normal as we move through January. As far as precipitation goes, we are going to stay below normal as far as precip goes throughout most of the rest of this month. So expect below normal temperatures and below normal precipitation as we make our way through January. Today, our high and low almost exactly where we should be for this time of year. 34 unofficially our high, 33 is normal. We were at 25 this morning, one of our coldest temperatures so far this winter. 24 is our normal low. Our record high, 55 degrees in 1994. And look at this, last year, 10 below zero, our record low. Also on Sunday, 7 below was our record, also set last year. Do you remember that? It was a cold stretch in January. Sunrise 7:44 and the sun set this afternoon at 4:35. All right, taking a look at your Tuesday temperatures, things will stay about like today. We'll see 36s for Moses Lake and Ephrata, also Quincy checking in at 36 tomorrow. 35 for Wenatchee, 34s for Entiat and Chelan. A little cooler up in Omak at 33, also 33 in Leavenworth, and 34 the high temperature tomorrow in Kashmir. As I mentioned, we're going to see a few more clouds out there tomorrow. Still have high pressure off the coast, and that's keeping our weather pretty benign as we make our way into this week and through the week. It's this area of high pressure that's causing all of the issues in California, bringing that wind around and right down into the LA area, and that will really be watched on Tuesday and Wednesday. We'll see some partly cloudy skies Tuesday with highs in the mid-30s. And then for your midweek Wednesday, that high not moving very much throughout our midweek. Morning fog giving way to mostly sunny skies in the afternoon, and almost all of us will enjoy that on Wednesday. Temperatures will stay consistently into those mid-30s for Wednesday. And then by Thursday, mostly cloudy. We're going to see some breezy conditions on Thursday. We are also going to see a small warm-up as we get into the end of the week. Low 40s for high temperatures on Thursday. So really a nice way to end this week. For Friday, not bad either. Lots of sunshine throughout central and eastern Washington. We're going to stay on the mild side for Friday with high temperatures again right around that 40-degree mark. And then things begin to change as we get into the upcoming weekend. For Saturday, high pressure is going to move up into Canada, and that will allow some northwesterly air to move our way. We're going to see mostly sunny skies, but cooler temperatures, only low 30s for afternoon highs on Saturday. We are going to drop into the upper teens Saturday night into Sunday, and then Sunday, it's going to be kind of deceiving. Sunny skies throughout the state, but seasonally cool. Once again, we'll see afternoon high temperatures in the low 30s, but look at this Arctic air that's beginning to drop down through the center of the country. We are going to luck out and just have temperatures in those lower 30s. All right, your 7-day forecast, 30 overnight tonight. Morning fog both Tuesday and Wednesday. Both days, high temperatures around 35 degrees. The nicest days right here on Thursday and Friday. Mostly cloudy Thursday, mostly sunny on Friday with highs generally in the upper 30s and lower 40s. And then the big cool down as we get you into this weekend. Lots of sunshine, but 33 Saturday, 32 your high temperature on Sunday. And that's a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Coming up next, next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
Well, a good Monday to you. The NFL's wildcard weekend wraps up tonight in Glendale, Arizona with the Vikings and Rams. Things went pretty much as predicted over the weekend with the higher-seeded home teams winning, except for last night's game as Washington upset Tampa Bay on a last-second field goal, winning 23-20. Houston advanced with a dominant 32-12 win over the Chargers, picking off L.A. quarterback Justin Herbert 4 times. Baltimore rushed for nearly 300 yards in a 28-14 win over Russell Wilson and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Buffalo dominated Denver in all 3 phases in a 31-7 victory in front of the Bills Mafia. Eagles were flying high in a 22-10 win over the Packers. The Rams and Vikings game, that's on ESPN and ABC tonight. Well, the stage is set for the next Monday's college football playoff national championship following Notre Dame's thrilling last-second win over Penn State in the Orange Bowl Thursday. Ohio State took down Texas Friday in the Cotton Bowl 28-14. Fighting Irish and the Buckeyes will meet in Atlanta a week from tonight. That'll be at 4:30 on ESPN. Seattle Kraken played back-to-back games over the weekend on the road in NHL action. It started off well Saturday afternoon in a 6-2 win over the Buffalo Sabres with Joey Decord stopping 33 of 35 shots on goal. Detroit turned the tables on Seattle, however, Sunday, slapping 6 goals on the board before the Kraken responded with 2 goals too late. Seattle remains on the road Tuesday with a game in Pittsburgh. That'll be at 4 o'clock on Kong TV. Home ice didn't help the Wild much over the weekend in Western Hockey League play. Wenatchee battled back and forth with Victoria Friday night, eventually falling 5-2. Austin Andrade had the call on the Wenatchee Wild Hockey Network.
Looks to drop it off. Dropped it with Trembecki ahead for Isogai. One on the goalie. Backhand. Out of side made by Brendan G. Left wing circle. Skip pass over for Seitz. Seitz brings it through. One-timer. Rios. He scores! 6 seconds left on the Dix Heating and Air Conditioning power play. Looking to clear this one out off the draw. To the left point for Veerhoff. Slings one toward the net. Save made. Scrambled through. They score, and this game is tied. 19 seconds left. Trying to jam it out is Saab. Out to the right point. Wilson sends one on. Redirected. They score. A shot from Wilson, and it looked like Cole Reshney, who's taken high fives from everybody, got a redirect on it. He did. Back out, got a tip. Spencer trying to corral this one. They go 2-on-3. Wild bring it in. Spencer tugged off the chance. Push to the end boards. We'll get another. This one's in the net after all. It's in. They score. We're tied. How did it get in? It's Dawson Seitz with Miskey. Kipke with a chance. Deflected in front. Reaching out. Sprawling. It's in the net. They push it home and score. It's a 3-2 game. Victoria from Lazowski. Wild bring it over the line. McMillan's on time. Wrist shot batted down. A save made. Who's got the rebound? Lopin in high slot gets there first. Long stretch. He scores. On the end boards, Veerhoff. Down to 45 seconds to play in the third period. Up the right wing to Lazowski. And he scores from the top of the face-off circle to make it 5-2.
Spokane washed Wenatchee out Saturday night during Guns N' Hoses night, 12-2. Not a lot of happiness for Austin Andrade in his call.
Sauced across for Catton. Sent it back door. One-timer from the circle, and Crystal hammers it home and scores. 1-1. Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning power play is over as Weinstein races off to the bench. McMillan, his shot, pinballs away. Stepping onto the ice is Crystal. Rink-wide toss, goes to Catton. In front, one-timer, they score. It's Shea Van Olm. Backdoor bang-in. Chiefs lead. Oremba brings it ahead. Manick stays with him. Sharp angle, and he goes glove side and beats Brendan G to make it 3-0. In over the line. Sights right point to the hash marks for Rios. Doesn't have a shot. Back for Sights, and again for Rios, looking for a shot again. Sent back door, wrist shot, they score! Miles Cooper! Crystal fading into a shot, sends it back door, looking for a tap in, they get it. And the Chiefs score. Van Olm was right at the goal line, and he snuck behind Brendan G. And Sights trying to get in on the back shoulder and work his man into the boards. As Cohen Harris plays it back to the left point, sent on by Mays, and they score. To Corral, and a couple of those rebounds have been especially long ones as well. Those are tough to make something happen on. To be fair, Catton in front, slips it through, he scores. A shake to the right and a wrist shot from the left of the season. Sherbina over the blue line. Preston almost lifted the puck away from him. Sherbina, top corner, he scores! Crystal, top of the zone. Sends it through the circle. Back for Crystal, he scores. Back out high, wrist shot for Harrington. Doesn't go, blocked in front. They pitch it home with Oremba and score, and it's 8-2. Time of the goal, 18-13 was Oremba. Rolls it out for Preston. Back for Crampton. One-timer, it trickles through. They score, and it looked like either Redmond or it might have been Oremba over on the other side. Swings it across. Caught at the blue line. Crystal looking for a shot. Back door. They score with Van Olm at the end of the power play. And Spokane has reached 10. Through the skates, found some help with Berkeley. Catton thrown into the hash mark boards with Friesen. And the Wild able to sling it out to center. Mays works it for Crampton. Sneaking pass goes to Crystal. Looks for a shot. Glove side, he scores. Low along the ice. Posed on Brendan G for tonight. 7 for 10 at the moment for Alex Garrett. Chance from the right wing is stopped up. Sarkinov punches in the second chance and he scores.
Wenatchee's back on home ice this Friday against Lethbridge. That'll be at 7 o'clock. Let's take a look at the prep basketball scoreboard over the weekend. Beginning on Friday, the Moses Lake boys edged Eastmont 82-77. Ike topped Wenatchee 71-65. Toppenish edged Ephrata. Casimir had no trouble with Waloop. Tonasket toppled Omak. Chelan beat Manson. Okanagan was in the 90s again over Colville. Lake Roosevelt beat Bridgeport. Liberty Bell banged Brewster. Thorpe got by Easton. Moses Lake Christian bounced Oroville. Waterville Mansfield down Pateras. Soap Lake edged Aniak. Girls play Friday. Eastmont picked up its 7th straight win, 46-33 over Moses Lake. Ike kept Wenatchee winless. Toppenish throttled Ephrata. Casimir walloped Walook. Tonasket topped Omak. Chelan more than doubled up Manson. Okanagan edged Colville. Lake Roosevelt beat Bridgeport. Brewster hammered Liberty Bell. Aniak edged Soap Lake. Waterville Mansfield down Pateras 50-31. One of Saturday's games was broadcast here on the NCWLIFE channel as Davis beat Eastmont in boys play 79-49. West Valley topped Moses Lake. Prosser popped Quincy. Chelan edged Casimir by 1. Omak settled Kettle Falls. Okanagan followed up a 96-point performance on Friday with 94 Saturday and a big win over the Shockers. The Lakeside boys beat Brewster 69-36. Eastmont girls hung with Davis for a quarter before the Pirates took over, winning at 77-48. Moses Lake managed just 13 points in a loss to West Valley. Prosser pounded Quincy. Casimir had no trouble with Chelan. Kettle Falls edged Omak. Brewster topped Lakeside. Waterville Mansfield down Okanagan by 39. Oroville edged Jenkins Chewelah. The next broadcast for the NCWLIFE channel will be this Saturday. Wenatchee hosts Eastmont. Grant Olson with the courtside play-by-play. The girls at 4:30, the boys at 6 o'clock. That's a look at sports news. I'm Eric Granstrom. Have a happy Monday.
And that will do it for our newscast tonight. For more news from around North Central Washington, you can find us at ncwlife.com, on our social media channels, or on our mobile app for iPhone and Android. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. Email us at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks so much for being with us and have a great night.